Welcome back again to my channel. It's still one and only Mami, a queer one of Ghana. You guys know I'm always here to bring you guys the latest updates going on in Ghana. Currently, Ghana is making a lot of progress in Africa, guys. When I tell you that the level of which Ghana is going, even myself are in shock. It is shocking a lot of people. Even the Westerners are actually shocked. I'm going to be sharing this video, the latest update that is currently happening in Ghana. Please don't forget to like the video, share the video and subscribe.
So Ghana received $224 million in just one deal. So this is what happened. And Newmont is one of the biggest mining companies in the world, and they've been operating in Ghana for a very long time. So they have two mines in Ghana. One is Af mine and also Achim mine. So they sold this Achim mine to an investment firm for $1 billion, and they made a lot of profit. So according to Ghana law, you are supposed to pay a tax on the profit that you made. This is capital gain tax. So they paid $174 million for this one. And also because there was shares for Ghana, they added $50 million more. So they paid $224 million for this just one deal. So this company has been operating in Ghana for a very long time because they are very transparent. Even Ghana just praised them because of what they did. If it's another company, they would not have done this. They would not have disclosed on how much they made. But this company did this, and also they made agreement with Ghana so that they can fix the road which is leading to that mine.
It looks like Ghana is making a lot of progress in Africa, and it is making it very, very fast. Ghana has announced that it will stop using the dollar, and in fact, it has cancelled all the payments or all the pricing in dollar form in any government institution in Ghana. So if you are a Ghanaian, you are not allowed to price your stuff in terms of dollar or even sell in terms of dollar. They have said that all the payments in Ghana are going to be made using the Ghana CD, the currency in Ghana. Ghana is now ditching the dollar, and it doesn't want to do anything with the dollar. It is ditching the dollar, and now it is launching another thing. Even the foreign currency is going to be exchanged in terms of CDs, not dollars. The Ghana currency is also gaining a lot of value against the dollar. Since the president of Ghana got into power, John Mahama, he has done a lot of reforms, and Ghana is developing so fast that even the United States of America, the UK, and so many Western nations are considering of coming to invest in Ghana. The United States of America has sent over 50 students to come to Ghana and study how their economy is growing, because the Ghana economy is growing very, very fast. It looks like Ghana is making a lot of progress in Africa, and it is making it very, very fast. Ghana has announced that it will stop using the dollar, and in fact, it has cancelled all the payments or all the pricing in dollar form.
Less than 24 hours, Mahama has signed a deal. He's bringing back the bar. If you didn't listen to me on the breakdown of Mahama and Tinubu's speeches at Japan 2025 African Developmental Conference, then go and listen to it. I told you that one might easily get a deal, because when you fact check what they said, you know, if you compare to two books, Mahama and Tinubu, they were similar, but they were some that were more precise and accurate by Mahama's speech, and I made that breakdown. When Mahama said predictable economy, understand what the word means, predictable economy. Fact check that. He said drop the guns. Security must be looked into. Fact check Ghana security. These were some of the highlights. In less than 24 hours, Mahama has signed a deal. He's bringing back the bar. 100 million plus deals signed. AI agro-based developmental project in Ghana. Shut straight. Ghana wins. Ghana keeps winning. Listening to Mahama, this should be the most protected African president. Tokyo 2025, my friend, for African development was a blast. I will give you a breakdown, but I want you to listen to Mahama. Tinubu made some submission, straight. $1 billion is what he needs from Japan to collaborate. No more aid for Africa. They don't need aid. Mahama says no aid for Africa. Let's do partnership. The tariff that is happening within the high tariffs from America, we don't care. It's not going to affect our economy. We are strategizing, and we need coalition to move in a dimension. 1.5 billion people is available in Africa for foreigners to come for investment. We are ready. Listen to Mahama. I will tell you this other side of Tinubu. I'll be back for the breakdown.
Africa is open for business and is the next frontier for trade and investment, with a population of 1.4 billion people and a fast-growing middle class. Africa has the potential, with the African Continental Free Trade Area, to become a significant player in the global economy. While partnerships such as what we are forging here in TICAD 9 are important, a lot of responsibility rests on the shoulders of African leaders to create an environment that is conducive to trade and investment. We wish to partner with any nation of the world on a basis of win-win, but let us not kid ourselves. Trade and investment will not come to Africa merely because we wish it. We must undertake the hard but necessary reforms to make Africa an attractive destination for investment. And that is why we must silence the guns and stop the fighting. That is why we must reform our economies and make them more stable and predictable. And it is why we must reform our governance and make public service accountable and free of corruption. We thank Japan for its unconditional support for African development. But as we've emphasized here in Yokohama, we must move from handouts to leveraging our partnerships with countries like Japan to co-create prosperity for all stakeholders. We can combine Japan's technology and innovation with Africa's natural resources and youthful, skilled human resource to create growth and prosperity for all. TICAD 9 must mark the pivot where Africa changes the narrative.
For the first time realizing that Mahama and Tinubu's speeches were similar, their submissions were similar. Exchanging natural resources for technology. Someone would say, why would they go at that? Shot, you don't have no idea of world economy. Japan GDP is more than the entire 54 countries of Africa's GDP joined together. So you should understand, they have no natural resources, but technology, they are high up there. So you understand that these people might prefer Ghana because already the system is already set. What you don't have understanding is that no matter what you do, Ghana is a blessed nation. Either you like it or you don't like it. It has been promised to be so, and it remains so. I'm out of here.
Before John Dramani Mahama became president, I knew Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was not the worst president Ghana ever had. Now, before we blame our leaders, let us check our own character. Sometimes the attitude of the citizens or the followers makes it very difficult for the leader to be responsible enough to execute all his duties as a leader. Before John Dramani Mahama became president, I knew Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was not the worst president Ghana ever had. But I believe Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo was a president that was not very critical in terms of selecting his representatives in various sectors, like agriculture sector, finance sector, fisheries, gold, you understand. The leaders and the people Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo made responsible for heading those sectors are those that failed him. And eventually, if they fail him, they have failed us. You understand? But do you know that in most cases, if your leader will fail you, it first began from you? Yes. It began from you first electing a leader who was not a leader. Of course, if you elect a leader and then the leader comes into power and then he acts with incompetence, it simply connotes or implies that if your conception or discretion were to be personified, your discretion is incompetence personified. That is why with your discretion, you only could vote or could select or elect or appoint an incompetent person to lead you as a nation. But in most cases, even if you select an incompetent person and you respond to his stunts of leadership, okay, you respond to his every instruction, yes, you can make it easy for him to be a leader. What you say? Before we go blaming our leaders, let us look at our character. Picture this. You are having an issue, okay, and so you want to claim authenticity and ownership of a particular intellectual property or document, be it a logo, music, or a video. And then it has been written that if you want to do such, you should reach out to copyright. So you call copyright, you send a representative to go and get all that is protocol being observed and documentations and paperwork done. Just picture that. You are told that in 30 days after payment, you are going to receive your certificate. Then you make this payment and it is 60 days you haven't received your certificate. Talking to you now, you might be standing in the 81st day after paying your money to copyright to give you the copyright of a document, a product that is rightfully yours. You did it yourself. Copyright will take the money, and until now, 81 days after your payment, they have still not delivered your certificate. You can't blame Ronaldo for that. You can't blame John Dramani Mahama for that. Okay? Blame the one whose responsibility is to get people to work in copyright. The one who employs workers at copyright. I'm telling you a true story that has happened to me. Before the 30th of May, I paid one copyright individual through my auntie. Yes, I gave him money to register my intellectual property. I'm a video editor professionally. What's I say? 21st August. I have still not received my copyright certificate. And I'm being told that copyright is facing technical problems. I'm an investigative journalist. So it's the last person to tell me such cock and bull story is me. That copyright is facing what? Registration and technical problems. So are you telling me that ever since the 28th of May until now, 21st of August, nobody has been able to register his document or product and acquire the copyright certificate? Is that what you are saying? That until 28th of May till now, a copyright certificate has not been issued to anybody? You understand? This is not John Dramani Mahama causing this problem. This is not Nana Dankwa causing this problem. This is not a political problem. This is a citizen-based problem. This is the problem the citizen is causing to befall another citizen. You understand? One thing the citizens of this country do not understand is that the leadership and affairs of this country with regards to having to get things done right, in decorum, in precision, and to protocol, does not only depend on the leaders. It doesn't. It doesn't depend on the political leaders or the politicians, the president. No, the country is not a school. It is too big for one man. And so he should depend on your modesty.
The rate at which Ghana is going when it comes to development of its country is just mind-blowing. A lot of people are getting shocked and they are surprised at the rate at which John Dramani Mahama is trying to build up his country. There is no leader that is so intentional just like John Dramani Mahama. This leader, this president is just so exceptional. He's just a man of his word and he doesn't want anything like corruption. He wants to set the record straight that all African leaders should wake up and build their country. That is what I see this man doing. I don't know about you. Please just comment below the comment section and tell me what you think about this new development that is currently going on here in Ghana. And please don't forget to like the video, share the video and subscribe.